Hello, hello, hello. Now we got, looks like the Family Feud in the background there. I don't think it's loud enough that you can hear it through the whatchamajigger. So, okay, pardon the mess. Okay, this is what we're going to try and focus on here, but trying to get my camera set up correct here. I'm using a little bit different doodad than my norm. So, welcome, happy Monday to you. If this is your first time to the channel, please like the video or subscribe if you plan on staying. It would be appreciated. It grows the channel, helps support the messages that you came here to hear in the first place. So if you do those things, more messages are likely going to get to you, the necessary folks in question. All right. So yes, I'm smoking on camera. Is it the best thing for you? Probably not. But you know what? I'm a human. I'm not a robot. You know what I mean? I'm a human going through a human experience. So, you know, if that's not high vibe enough for you, feel free to choose another reader. Okay. So I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not, going to tell you the BS or suggest things that I don't think are within the realm of possibility. You know what I mean? Like, the type of advice I give, unfortunately, is like, they always say you're hardest on yourselves. Sometimes that's true, right? So give yourself a little bit of grace, whatever. You like to smoke them if you got them, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on in the world anyway? But maybe don't smoke right before you're getting ready to go train for your marathon run. I mean, what? However it is, and lesson learned from me, because I smoked when I was in high school, like actual real cigarettes. And I still ran like all the time in sports and stuff. Like I shouldn't have been smoking cigarettes during that time. But when your body's young enough, it's kind of malleable. But as you get older, things change. But this is kind of, this went out on me anyway. It's non-tobacco cigarette, if you know what I mean. Anyway, right. So if you're expecting me to go all crazy because I took some drags off that, again, you're on the wrong channel. Okay. So, let's get into this message today. I'm going to start with one of my oracle decks that I made. I'm feeling we need a little bit of that. We need a little bit of that in the action for Monday, okay? So, again, I will pull some oracle messages and I'll also get into the tarot, all right? Yesterday I pulled some moonology because we do have a full moon coming up this coming Sunday. So it was a week from yesterday, Sunday. Hello in the chat. Please do be respectful of others in the chat, or you may end up getting muted, kicked out, banned from the channel. However you choose to participate, you will have as they say in physics, you will have an equal and opposite reaction, correct? Okay. So, I mean, technically that's in chemistry as well. You have an equal and opposite, not necessarily an opposite though reaction, I wouldn't say. You do have an equal reaction, not necessarily an opposite reaction in chemistry. Chemistry people, am I right about that? Yeah, I think so. First one, light, luces. Okay. It's written in like white crayon marker here, so sorry if it's kind of hard to see, but sometimes, just the littlest bit of light will guide us to that path, right? Maybe your path is to go home. Maybe you're thinking about going home for the holidays, but maybe you haven't been in a while type thing. Maybe there's been some kind of separation between you and your family. So if you're seeing that light, definitely give that some further thought, you know, and let your heart be light, right? That's in a lot of lyrics, right? Chewy M says, guess a number 1 through 10. Why? What do we win if we get it right? On my channel, everybody wins, even those who have not yet liked or subscribed, because you are getting the benefit of this 100% free channeled message to you. Your pets may be very important to you. My pet has her regular veterinary appointment coming up this week. So if you haven't done anything like that recently and you do have an animal, look into it, right? Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times people think that they're not able to give a pet the life that they deserve. When I was working in a corporate environment in an office all the time and sometimes very long hours, you know, I would have had to hire somebody to come check on the, you know, the animal for me and whatnot, which I could have done, right? But I just wasn't comfortable with doing it at the time. You know, sometimes our pets are not actually that particular about where they go as long as they have a home, right? So that again could be a message for somebody. Maybe you're gonna adopt a pet. You know, there's lots of shelter animals out there, and you know, like they say on The Price is Right, spay and or neuter your pets. But you know, there's tons of shelter options available. My dog was actually a shelter dog, and I just can't imagine life without her. So you know, whatever. Give it a shot. Might change your life for the better. You know. Which, by the way, we are doing this reading today because we just got done with our little afternoon stroll. I had some errands, which again, good news. I got an appointment to get my car fixed. I found, you know, I went to one of those auto parts stores, you know, those parts houses, and they ran a free diagnostic for me. I mean, sometimes the dealership, one of the last times I talked to the dealership, they wanted like $400, you know, for this appointment to run this thing. And it's like, what? But anyway, so yeah, the parts place ran my little check engine light. It's a very simple fix, and I got in with a mechanic this week, and it's gonna be, you know, so let's just say under budget, right? Because I was expecting a lot worse damage there. So sometimes, you know, that little right, that little light, right, you know, it's like, ooh, it's a warning light, it's a warning light. Yeah, it's a warning light telling you something, right? But sometimes the news turns out better than what you, yeah, it's like the good and the bad. Well, the good news is, you know, we figured out what's wrong. The bad news is it's going to cost you X amount of dollars to get it fixed, right? But you know, sometimes knowing relieves that anxiety, because that anxiety, it has a cost to it as well. Worry has a cost. It robs you of time. Since she's was a shelter dog, I don't 100%. I know some of her history, but not all of it. So you know what I mean? Sometimes she gets a little reactive. Like there was a dog we saw on the walk today who was about her same size. So of course she had to be like, boop, 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 and I had to tell the gal, I'm like, you know, because she looked worried for a minute, but I was like, she's actually good with people. I mean, yeah, most people, you know what I mean? Like you can't be, you know, that's why you gotta be careful. Like kids, like when you when kids run up towards a dog can get kind of, so you know, if you do have youngsters, let them know how they're supposed to approach other people's animals, right? Because not every handler is 100% aware of what's going on all the time with their dog. And like the leash I had today is one of those extendo leashes. So I have to know how to use that, like, so she doesn't just run off, right? Bell. Very interesting. You could be hearing chimes, you could be hearing bells. Um, I'm hearing like the final, like a boxing match type bell. I was getting very much Rocky kind of energy. Was that this morning? Yes, it was. When I was, getting at it Monday morning, like, okay, I gotta get, I was making I got some stuff organized in my bathroom, all the hair stuff in one container. And then, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So it's like things are not so haphazard. It's like we're coming. You hear that? The jingle bells in the background? Holiday shopping, the end of the year is barreling towards us. So, yeah, I did take a little rest after my morning stuff. And then I went and this afternoon got my car diagnosed and did all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes it feels like, yeah, you're rushing, rushing, rushing to get everything in by the time, right? So for some people right now, and it's like the holiday season is like a lot of times gathering, going places. You may have to be like, look, I can do this, but not this. You know what I mean? You might have to manage your schedule a little tighter, okay? Just because of all the other things that are going on. But, that's when we have January to kind of, you know what I mean? And then it's like it's like you don't hear from anybody in January, right? Some people, their families get together in January because it's like less hectic, you know. Anyway, also one of your pets could wear a bell, especially I'm hearing like a kitty cat. Somebody said they have two lovely cats. I thought about getting a cat. My dog does get along with kitty cats, so I've thought about it versus getting her, a dog because her breed, she's more of a solo dog, they get along with others, but yeah. Anyway. It says, yes, I'm dating. What about us together? You could meet somebody at a holiday party, holiday gathering, type thing, and they could just inform you that yes, they're single and dating, and they're like, well, hey, well, if you are as well, why don't we do X, Y, and Z, right? Obviously, collective, if that's amenable to you, what your plans are. It is Sagittarius season as well. Listen to this. Are you dating anyone? Yes, the single vibes definitely coming through. I feel like somebody's worried that they might miss their chance with you, especially if they know that you are single. I think they're like worried, somebody else might kind of snatch you up type thing. You can do better than me. It wanted to come out in reverse a little bit, but I don't know that that really matters here. Yeah, you might not, this is the thing about dating. It's like, you go out and it either you hit it off or you don't, like, oh well, and then you move on, and then you might go your separate directions. And you might have that happen where it's like you have a feeling that it's just something's not right, and it's not that they're not good, it's just there might be something better suited for you elsewhere, right? And that's kind of the point of dating, right? So yeah, this person might be hesitant to ask you out also because they are thinking that you may choose different than choosing them, right? So they're saying, well, you can do better than me type thing. And it's like, well, everybody has choices and options. Just because, you make those choices and options doesn't mean that they are lasting choices and options, Sometimes it's the wish.com version, right? Yeah, Starseed. Yeah, with you're looking for a Starseed type connection, or if you collective are identifying as a Starseed, maybe that's this light that you're seeing. It's something like, you could be starting to get downloads. You could be starting to get messages. You could be starting to receive intuitive understandings, okay? that let you know also maybe that you do need to start choosing better for yourself. So if you're dating with discernment. You're not dating just, I mean, there's, some people like human company, and that's completely fine. The extent of what they want to do with that other human during their time of company is another story, right? Okay. So remember how I kind of started talking about with I was smoking and blah blah. I might not be the reader for you, blah blah. Okay, so whatever's not on your vibration, okay, don't start doing that just because the person you're dating is doing that. Like, yeah, you might want to try that, but that doesn't mean that you have to do that to be a match to that person or something, right? Um, you are your own person, and that could be this light that is starting to come through as well, where it's like you're standing on your own and like not necessarily as part of a team or as part of a couple or whatever. And this is not to say that you're not somebody who can be in a relationship. That's not completely, anyone who doesn't think that is, or who thinks you couldn't be, is on a low vibration. All right. You have no boundaries. You might find that when you are dating, that some people you run into do not have the same boundaries as you. Again, it's like, it could be unbecoming of a starseed, right? Now, keep in mind, nobody's perfect, and we're all going through an experience and learning and sharing together, right? So, try to keep the hypocrisy at a minimum, right? I was reminded earlier, just like literally right before the reading, of a pastor I know who was highly criticized by some folks in his congregation because he mixed and mingled with you know people that smoke and drink liquor. You know what I mean? It's like, did they ever really read about Jesus? I mean, but anyway. And they found that to be a problem. Okay, I'm just saying, or incongruent with him being able to teach the word. Okay. um you know those are not the type of boundaries I'm talking about, because those are people that are crossing boundaries in order to make connections to achieve great things. Okay, some people are have no boundaries so that they can low vibe together, right? And bring you down with them. Okay, instead of trying to lift people up, they're doing this, or worse, trying to step on you or push you down, literally. Okay. Hi, Tony. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, I am a Sagittarian, so I was celebrating over the weekend. I think in terms of like a birth placement, that puts me like as a Sagittarius 1. I'm still under Sagittarius 1, and Sagittarius 2 is like right after my birthday cutoff, I believe. For those playing the astrology game, again, if you are into astrology, please do check out both your Vedic and your Western charts. I don't know what you want from me. This is fascinating as well. I was kind of hearing a little bit of this song. It's a Pink Floyd song. I think it was maybe on the Division Bell or something, whatever. Anyway, but it's like, what do you want from me? Okay. And part of the song, it's like, you can have anything you want, something like that. Yeah, and then part of it's like, is that really what you want, right? So yeah, maybe this is the time, especially if you are a starseed, to really start dialing in and be like, is this what you want? And And two, here's the thing, collective, because if you don't know what you want for yourself, like, then, you know, you might be a little delayed in running into the right people, right? Because it's like, okay, well, the right people aren't necessarily going to come your way unless you know, make your own decisions and changes, okay? And maybe that's not dating low vibrational people, you know, however you define that low vibrationalness to be, okay? Sorry guys, I was running errands. My hair's a little crazy right now. You are so attractive to me, this person says. So yeah, maybe that's kind of one of the things that, like, they feel like they need to express themselves, their attraction towards you, but right now that might be breaking a bit of a boundary. So for some of you, this could be a bugaboo as well. Like, you know, you could have said, look, I want our relationship to be like this. And so I don't really know why you're still, you know, barking up this tree, basically, right? You know, maybe you had to block somebody. Maybe you threatened to block them. Like, I'm warning you, you know, do I have to block you because this might get annoying, you know, kind of thing. I'm sure your inbox is full. Oh my God, you guys. I signed up for one of those freebie dating sites, and then, like, you know, 2 seconds later, it's like, whoa. But you know how some of the free ones are, and then they have all the bots on there and stuff too. Anyway, and then I think I got off of it the same day because it was like, it's too crazy either. So yeah, this person might be kind of breaking these boundaries because they feel like if they message you, like, they're not going to be heard. Okay, is what I'm getting. Let's do one more and then let's start pulling the tarot. Okay, I think we're pretty clear about what at least one of these people is, you know, about here. And this could be a male or female. I pictured what a life with you would look like. So this person has had some daydreams. What's that song? What a day for a daydream. Da, 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 da. All right. I'm not sure what's going to be on next in the background, folks. So, you know, bear with me. I am going to do some tarot. But yeah, I'm just looking. I haven't used my ethereal visions deck in a little while, so I want to use that today, kind of freshen up the energy. You know, cleansing your energy, windows, smoke ceremonies, although if you are burning anything, please do be careful. Please do be careful, okay? Yeah. What is that scene at the end of Back to the Future? And they're like, if you ever have a kid that accidentally lights the living room rug on fire, go easy on them, right? So, yeah. It's not, yeah. Like, light enough, not like light something, you know what I mean? Not like, you know, this candle that I lit for the reading, okay? You know what I mean? Like, get a grip, get a grip. So, you know, take what applies to you in this reading, leave what does not. That's what use your own discernment means. If you don't know how to look up the word discernment, you should not probably be watching this reading, period, nor any readings. Okay? Because this is for folks who are trying to take control of their own lives. Okay? All right. Thank you. Now, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, who's in control more than, somebody who's in control of their emotions, all right? With a Nine of Cups. Okay, I think we're doing like a past, present, future here is what I'm getting. So for some of you, I feel like you're very content, okay? Um, yeah, it looks like you have a little pocket of money here, so that might be part of with this bell thing, like you're getting stuff done. You're not just sitting around waiting for money to fall from the money fairy. Last time I checked, nobody named Elon was flying a Starlink drone over my house, dropping down $1 million. Last time I checked. I mean, I think he can afford it, but no, nothing. Anyway, right? Isn't that like saying, hey, I hope I win the lottery? I mean, likelihood of it happening, slim, but maybe. I'd probably have better chances playing the actual lottery. Maybe somebody needs to go and play the lottery today. Maybe this is your sign. If you've been feeling lucky, like, but for me today, like getting all that stuff, because I had a little anxiety about it this morning. I was thinking about doing it like first thing, beat the traffic. And it was weird too. The place that I ended up going to was a different place than when I had originally thought about. And I'm glad I ended up going to this place, because it was very like calm when I went in there. There wasn't very many customers, but I guess they had been very busy in the morning, and the guy was talking to another customer on the phone mentioning that. So it's like, trusting your instinct, trusting your gut. It's like, and for some people your gut, it's like, well, actually for everybody, your gut is where you hold those emotions, right? Some of us get ulcers or anxiety from like holding on to toxic emotions. Sometimes emotions about specifically around like our weight, because this, is obviously a well-fed looking monk here. Um, So I feel like people see you as very abundant in nature, okay? A fed belly is a happy belly, right? Okay. Look at that, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so you are in that energy, okay? That could be why somebody is like, yeah, that's why your inbox is full. It's like, yeah, maybe you do eat well, but you also, take care of yourself. But again, this is your hard work and dedication that's paying off, right? Again, you did not, nobody just dropped you from the sky into this vineyard. You went out and bought the land and tilled the land and planted the vines, and all this stuff. And now it's time. Again, this is really interesting because of the grapes. Since I celebrated my birthday over the weekend, I had a bottle of champagne, and then I didn't drink it all, so I had leftover champagne. So I made like some sangria, some champagne sangria with using some other fruits and stuff. So it's kind of interesting that this card came up. So, and that's a way of like, not wasting things, right? Um, some people be like, oh, well, that's just, it went flat. You don't need it anymore, blah, blah, throw it away, right? Or you can make something else out of it. It all depends on your, do all those grapes that people grow for in the vineyard, have you ever like actually tried to eat one? They're not necessarily like the tastiest of grape, right? But when you press it down in the wine, the fermentation, then you get something out of it, right? It's like that coffee bean analogy. Some people transform into something better from where they came, okay? I'm also getting arnica for somebody, which is like a bruise, like cream. I've used it before. It's like very helpful. It doesn't take away the bruise itself. I mean, it helps like heal it faster, but like you know, so you got to be careful where if you like can't necessarily see and like touch it, you know what I mean? Like it still might be sensitive, but it'll look better, you know. So anyway. Again, this, you know, how you have no boundaries is coming out. Somebody could also have some like no boundaries jeans. Okay. I think that's a brand they might sell at Walmart for some reason. I think they still do the no boundaries. Two of Cups. Are you gonna meet your future person while shopping for, you know, your favorite snacks? Yeah. So this person, when they're saying this, you have no boundaries, I feel like, again, they're seeing you as somebody who's branching out, who's crossing over. And that's something that they feel is attractive, okay? And that's like somebody they want to meet in the middle. Whether or not you want to meet them in the middle is another story, okay? Because like I said, for some of you, this could be like a bugaboo type situation. I thought it was a fire they're showing on TV, but it's not. It wasn't something that's local. Knight of Wands in the outcome. If you do get together at like a party or something, there's definitely going to be some flirtation, okay? It could be with this person that like wants to date you, wants to go out with you, wants to cook you dinner every now and then, wants to go to the movies, wants to, you know, go to Walmart with you. Like no task, big or small, right? And I feel like collective, that is some of the comforting energy that is coming through in this reading. And especially if you are relating to being a starseed, because very often a starseed is going to be basically like, it's like watching that show Undercover Boss. Okay. The higher ups know what's going on, but the other people don't. And then all of a sudden, okay. But then at the end, everyone's life changes for the better, right? I don't want to say, but you know, it makes me think maybe some other people should have been on that Undercover Boss show a long time ago to see what it's like on the other side. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, moving on. Again, please do like or subscribe to the channel. It helps the downloads, helps the messages get to you. Let's see here. This person also thought, and I don't know if it's this bugaboo person or what, but this person thought they could control you. That's also in that song. Sell your soul for complete control. Is that really what you want? So I highly advise you listen to that song. There's definitely a message in there for somebody today. Okay. Yeah, and most people in the collective, at least, you know, folks who are on like an ascension journey or, you know, discovery journey, however you want to talk about, you know, describe it. Yeah, you know, that's why they say Jesus, you know, let Jesus take the wheel, because when it's like, oh, this isn't going right, and then that's not going right, and this is, it's like, okay, maybe there's a plan here that you're not understanding, that you're not seeing, right? Yeah, because it can happen at any time too, you know. Um, no one is immune. Somebody could be going through an ego, like I heard a shattering. I think that's also one of the ways that they do concentrate products is they call it shatter, right? There's so many different things these days. I don't even know what they all are. 5 of Swords. Okay. I feel like somebody feels betrayed by you moving on and being happy and content. It's like you don't seem broken. Again, that arnica is coming up. So it's like you might have been bruised and broken, but you don't show it. It's like you dipped yourself in arnica and now you're glowing like you're brand new. Okay, that's kind of the thing. And there's some people not happy about it because they wanted you to appear bruised and broken. They wanted you to appear like you're yesterday's news, a toy to be thrown away, blah, blah, blah. Because in their little world, in their little puppeteering world of theirs, right, you're not useful to them anymore because you're not what? You're not enabling them. Deep, deep, beep, beep, beep. Got no strings on me. Hi, ho, the Mario. Na, 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 na. Is what you told them, right? Do, 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 do. Can't control you. Lights, camera, action. Do it again. No. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're sticking it to the man. All right. Which now this is funny too because yesterday's reading, one of the cards on the Lover's Oracle that came out was I am the man. Somebody that thought they were going to come around and say I am the man in the situation. So collective. This is not saying only a man could be saying that or whatever. But it's definitely somebody in masculine energy. So it could be a female also trying to boss a man around and say, like, and, you know, whatever. I'm just going to say, okay, you know, people, one of the number one things people argue about is money, right? What are they spending their money on? What are they spending their money? Well, let me tell you, if you're spending money on car parts and not cocaine, then you're doing okay. I'm just saying. There's a lot worse things, right? So that's why you have to practice the gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. That's what we were supposed to understand through Thanksgiving. And some people who didn't understand how to be thankful for what they already had, now it's like they're picking up their swords and now they have to go home and clean up and watch everybody else move on while they were just making a mess saying, you know, and it's like, and everyone else is like, we're tired of this mess. Was doing just fine before you came over here. Right? You know? Okay. Think, are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes. That was on one of the radio stations this afternoon. I had a blaring. I was so happy after I got that car thing figured out. And that came on, I was like, yeah. It was a nice, it was like 50 something degrees here today. I mean, in December in the Midwest, that's pretty good. So we like it when we get those days. By Wednesday, it's supposed to be like bitterly cold. 3 of Cups. Yeah, you could definitely be celebrating with friends, with trusted individuals, is what I'm seeing. Also, with people who you've already envisioned a happy life with. You know what I mean? People that are good to you, people that don't cause drama, people that, you don't want to be involved with the person who's always up to some scheme or always borrowing money for this or that, or they can never seem to get their car fixed. It's like, well, what are you doing with all that money instead of getting your fucking car fixed? Duh. Like, it doesn't take a rocket science. These are intentional choices by these karmics because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to stretch. They don't have stretch goals. They don't have goals, period. Their goal is sponging off of you. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you're like, yeah, and we got that wine harvest coming in. It tastes pretty good. I might have to try my champagne sangria this evening as I'm relaxing. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have some paperwork I wanted to review. I don't think it's going to get done today. It's almost like 5 o'clock. I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's morning project. Anyway, did you guys also hear about the apps and all the stuff getting like hacked by the Chinese? And it's like you're not even supposed to use your text. It's like you're not supposed to use your text messaging, but you are supposed to use an app because there's encryption on it. It almost seems like it's backwards. You know what I mean? That the regular stuff on your phone would be safer to use than like Facebook Messenger, But I don't know. Nobody's told me that they're, that they're after me yet. So, all right, can you guys see my? Oh yeah, I got this. So when I was at Walmart the other day, because I do shop at Walmart, you guys, I'm a real person. Okay, I've shopped at Target too, Target, Walgreens for the real fancy folks. Anyway, this tree back here, you can see some of it. Let me see if I can go like this. Let me see it better. Yeah, it's just like a little pre-lit. I need to kind of adjust some of it there. Make it look a little bit. I just set it up today. Anyway, yeah, I got that at Wally World for like, it was only $30 a pre-lit, a 4-foot pre-lit. And you can go and like, it's going from clear fades to color and then fade. And you can just do like all clear on. I mean, for $30. It's very lightweight. I assembled it in like, it took longer opening the box, right, than the assembly. Anyway, I did have the things that it's like, the little stand that it came with, I had to like duct tape that together. It didn't really work that well, but anyway. Carrying on. Thought I would share a little bit of my Christmas joy here. Yeah, that could be as well part of your celebration. Like, we made it to the end of the year. We did it. Good job, everybody. Like, yeah, this year was not easy. I mean, we all survived a freaking presidential election, y'all. I mean, in this country, that gets kind of intense as well. So, yay. give yourself a point there. Yeah, 2 of Wands. Just wanted to come out yesterday reading. So whoever this person is, I think they're going to take into consideration like how you want to spend your time together. It's not going to be like my way or the highway. You're getting in this vehicle right now. You know what I mean? All that kind of urban cowboy type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, no. It's going to be a little bit more open conversationally. Okay. There's going to be a little bit of thought and planning being put into it. Okay. because this person is going to start to tell you what they were picturing, and then they're going to see how maybe it lines up with, is that something the collective would like to do in a celebratory sense. Okay, that's the message that I'm getting here. Okay. Them being attracted to you as well, this could be something that they are attracted to, is that they know they're not just alone here making the decisions. That came out in yesterday's reading also, where it was, it's not just one person doing the work all the time. It's not, like this morning, I didn't really want to have to deal with getting my car. And it's like, oh, if somebody else could do this for me, this would be easier, right? But there's nobody else. The dog ain't doing it, right? I had to get my tuchus up and, but when I was good and ready, and then it turned out. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes all that build up, and then it's like, oh, was that all? Right? It's like that deflated balloon I'm getting. So somebody could be a little nervous that you're going to like try and pop their balloon. Okay. But I don't think you're going to do it to the person who's coming at you in earnest, because I think you're going to see through that. Okay. Yeah, full card. Yeah, I feel like this person, whoever they are, they want a new beginning with you, ready to write a new chapter, maybe even finding, new ways to flirt. Maybe it's not going to be through text message, right? Scorpio, death card. You could have Scorpio in your chart. And when I mean new beginning, I mean like, burn it down, all here together in the spirit family. Okay. That type of, like, it's gonna be a barn burner, right? Always be careful when you are playing with matches, right? Wording labels, read them, learn to read. Yes. Invaluable. Educated minds, what we can do. You just think about it a little bit, right? Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what these people are not willing to do. They're like, no, give me the scratch off that's just going to give me the quick fix, right? How many infomercials and diet plans and all these things, they offer a quick fix, because it's like in 6 weeks you can do that, but whoever after 6 weeks keeps that up, right? That's why, lifestyle choices are so difficult for people, all right? But this one in particular, oh my word. Look at the bottom of this deck. When I say burn it down, it is going to be like courthouse time with the lovers here. To infinity and beyond with the expectations is literally where it's going. That's where it's going. Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, even as a reader, like, we're limited on, because it's like I'm getting the feeling, but I'm not being allowed to see it. Okay? It's like ruining the surprise. Okay? So, yeah. Focus on the celebrations, focus on your abundance. Remember, your abundance may look different than somebody else's. No, I do not have a Jeff Bezos yacht in my driveway, but I have an RV that I get to take camping. Like, that's pretty cool, right? There's, and that was part of one of my goals in life, to be able to do that in my life, right? So that's, something I'm doing and celebrating, right? After I worked very, very, very hard for a very long time for it, all by myself. You know, nobody's ever made a payment on any of my purchases but me. Okay, there's okay, and that's not to say that your life is exactly that way, but a lot of people in the collective, that's what we've had to do. Um, you know, and standing on business, here you are. Okay, so again, this could be partly why also you might be understanding, you know, that you have certain capabilities that may help other people. Okay. Maybe you know, maybe you have had some help here and there. Okay. Who cares? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we should be grateful for those opportunities as well, right? Um, but sometimes what happens is then we can reach a certain level and then you know you can turn around and help others, right? um, Especially when you're transparent, right? um, in sharing, okay? That type of abundance, okay? um, and yeah, so mhm. Definitely go back and watch yesterday's reading. It's definitely a Sagittarius focused reading for the birthdays. But the very first card was the Ace of Wands, which we all know is about passion and not just sexual energy, but you know, like creative energy and things like that. So if you are really starting to kind of dial in, you know, if something is lighting you up and it's like you're following this passion finally, okay? um yeah, definitely explore that some more, okay? And as you explore that, you don't have to do that in a vacuum. You might be exploring that within a partnership, okay? um you know, sometimes one person has a fairly stressful career and the other one doesn't, or vice versa. um that doesn't mean that that other person doesn't have interests, right? Or isn't contributing to their purpose, right? Um, Often, somebody who is a starseed may, you know, have a soulmate attachment in life to somebody who, you know, is very empathetic, understanding, things of that nature, right? Somebody who can stand on your level, okay? Whew, wow, that was a very intense channeling. So I think I'm going to end it here. Maybe I will get you guys a couple meditation cards to think about before that full moon comes. Okay, it was very cloudy last night, so I was unable to see much in the atmosphere. But it is a waxing moon currently. Mindfulness. Yeah, collective, you didn't get to where you are by being frivolous, by being careless, by being, you know, any of these karmic-y types of things that somebody could be accusing you of. They could be accusing you of the very things that they have done, right? That's often the case. What happens? It's usually, you know, especially when like right after a breakup and then somebody's like, you know, it's like, okay. And anyway, people that want to pay mind to that want to because they have particular um, prejudices, maybe to begin with, perhaps against people in the collective. Okay. So, you know, don't let that impact what you're doing, right? There's always going to be a naysayer. There's always going to be like, oh, well, they were given this and they were given that and they were given this and they were given that and they were given that. It's like, well, what did you give anybody, or what were you given and what did you do with it? Because I've heard some stories about what people have gotten over the years and did jack squat with, you know? So, I mean, there's people that have wasted more money than I will ever earn in my entire life, right? You know, and what do they have to show for it? Well, maybe they have a super yacht. Well, who's going to buy that super yacht? Nobody. So, all those other billionaires and millionaires out there knowing. So, again, you could be getting downloads specifically, especially if you are a starseed. Yeah. This could give birth to a new plan. Okay. For some of you, the new plan may be, in fact, this this partnership, okay, that's coming upon you. All right. Yeah, maybe your inbox is full. Maybe you should check those messages. Maybe one of those messages is gonna be, you know what I mean? The message that gets you right onto the next chapter, right? You know, if you don't, same as the lottery, if you don't, you can't, what do they say? You can't win if you don't play, right? So the Fool card could also be encouraging you to kind of tap into a playful type of energy, right? Especially around this Knight of Wands, okay? Meditation. I almost read this as mediation, but it's meditation. So mindfulness and meditation. You know, yeah, December, you're like, there's no way I can get to a yoga class. There's no way I can, la, 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 la. Set your timer 5 minutes. Okay, 5-minute rule. Okay. I talk about this a little bit on my Feel Better Guru channel. I need to make a separate video for it altogether, but you know, if you have an egg timer or whatnot, you know, give yourself those moments, okay? And then that's going to recenter yourself, right? Okay. It's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. You know, like as I was driving around today and like there's slow people out, it's like, oh gosh, right? But it's like, this is the, you know, people come in from out of town to do their shopping and da, 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 you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I have to remember, not everyone's from here. Not everyone's doing their regular errands like I am today, right? Trying to drive around like a bat out of hell in town, right? Some people are like lost, have no idea what street they're turning on, right? Okay. So, you know, sometimes those of us that know a little better, right? We should know a little better. We need to take the time to be mindful, okay? And participate in the uplifting of the collective, not just the get out of my way while I'm driving, right? You know, that normal frustration that everybody goes through, okay? But that doesn't mean you can't get back to, okay, right? You know, because when we don't do that, then we get trapped here, and that's that everyone else is causing all my problems, and yet I'm the one holding all the swords and sticking them in everyone's back. You know? Like, okay, so they cut you off. That doesn't mean you need to road rage them for the next mile. Let them go. Let them go. If you feel that gnawed up about it, get their license plate and report it. You know what I mean? Let the professionals do their job. Just saying. One more. Grace. Yeah. Forgiveness of yourself and others, right? Because nobody is perfect. and we're coming up right at an hour. If you have not today yet, please do like the video, especially if you are in the chat. I would so appreciate it. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. You do not have to hit the notification bell unless you want to be notified immediately as soon as I am going live or a video is uploaded. Otherwise, you can get back to the community tab where I will post often daily. If I am not posting some kind of message, I will be sharing a live reading just like this one. So go to the community tab, and that is the best bet in order. Okay, so you can also go under the live tab, the videos tab. I mean, I can't believe I'm coming up on 600 videos already. This is just, it's like wow to me. Anyway, but you know, it is what it is. It's been a wild ride so far. Somebody out there wants to go on a wild ride with you. They are interested to see where it can go. Perhaps on the full moon, you're going to get this message from somebody. That's all I'm allowed to say. So, until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody, for being great in the chat today. I do appreciate your kindness. Oh, somebody says their twin died in 2017, says that he is their spirit guide. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us in the chat today. So, many returns of the day to you. Okay, so please do manifest wisely.